Hello, everyone. Yeah, I'm from Netmarble. Barış Özistek. I'm the CEO of Netmarble EMEA region. So today, I'll talk about a couple of our games, and of course, our subject is going global. But let me start with asking a question: what is global? In my opinion, I'm just in the middle. I'm from Turkey, so I can more freely observe the Asia and the West, the US and Europe. So my observation is, if an Asian company becomes extremely successful in Asia, they say we are successful in Asia. If a company in US or Europe, they are very successful in Europe or US, they say we are global. So that's the major difference in this global story. So as Netmarble, we are, yes, extremely successful in Asia. And then we decided to go to global by conquering the West. So our adventure to global started like that. Netmarble, let me also give a brief information if you don't have any idea about Netmarble. We were established at 2000, and on 2012, the company decided to shift to mobile. So it was a perfect decision. After shifting to mobile on 2013 and 14, we have launched several games. They were first especially successful in Korea, and then Southeast Asia, Japan, and then West, step by step. Marvel Future Fight was our first really global successful game. It's popular in every market, in US to Japan. Also, you may remember our name as the major investor of SGN, GEMST. Now their name changed. And also we have acquired Kabam on 2017, and then we had a very successful IPO, around $12 billion market cap. So I'll share you a video from one of our most, indeed not, it is our most successful game, Lineage 2 Revolution. So this is a mobile MMORPG game. It's extremely successful in Korea. Then the game was launched in Japan, and Southeast Asia became again very successful. And around a year ago, we launched the game in US and European markets in the West. You can experience the real MMORPG gameplay in a mobile platform. You can have 50 versus 50 guild battle. So it's real time on mobile. There are a variety of PvP features in the game. So it is developed by Unreal 4 engine, which means only the high-spec mobile devices can work the game. And till now, we have more than 30 million downloads, and our accumulated revenue is over $1 billion only from Lineage to Revolution. So, while coming to the West, what we did. Of course, Asia and Western players, they have significant differences. I can say Asian players are more experienced, more hardcore. They know, especially MMORPG genre, much better, and they can easily adapt the new and complicated contents. Of course, we did some UI changes for the game to look more Western. We have added some more PvE content, but where you can cooperate with your friends in the dungeons, in the raids. And also we have added some diverse PvP modes, such as 3 versus 3, 5 versus 5, or 20 versus 20. And we have especially changed the leveling system. The game in Asia, the leveling is harder, but in the Western build, it's easier to get leveled. You can understand the UI difference better here. So the guy has a mustache and darker hair, but the girl became blondie in the Western build. So we have enhanced the battle plays. What I observe, the Asian players are more focused on the data, the result, what you get, but the Western players also focused on the UI, the image, the feeling while they are playing. So we have enhanced the plays, and also we have added some PvE features as mentioned. And one of the strongest side of the game is the Castle Siege battle. It is 50 versus 50. It's extremely advanced content for a mobile MMORPG game. But we have added a tutorial for the game. Again, in Asia, when players see such a content, they spend time and effort to understand the content and to play the content. But before the West launched, of course, we do lots of tests and listen to users. And according to the feedbacks, we decided to add a specific tutorial for this advanced content. Otherwise, people would not understand and would not play. Also, this is a kind of habit in the West. So the virtual path in the Asia build, as you see on the left side, but the Western build as it's in the right-hand side. So we did lots of changes in the game. As you can see, I can share just a few of them now. Let me also share one more game. This is our the most successful, I mean, in the long years, the most successful game, Netmarble. Netmarble was a traditional Korean game. Then Netmarble launched the game as the mobile version on 2013. So in the last 5 years, the game keeps in top 3, top 5, at the worst case scenario, top 10 in Korea. So only in Korea, we have 33 million downloads. So if you think Korean market, the total population 50 million, so you can understand how popular it is in Korea. But other than Korea, we have 125 million downloads and over 500 million revenue. So the game, again, first launched in Korea, then Southeast Asia, Japan, and then West under the different names. So let me show you a couple of images. So this is the Korean build. Before, in the West, first we launched in Turkey and Middle East territory. So these cute characters would not be acceptable in the Turkey and Middle East territory because, as you can see, the game looks like very childish. Maybe only 8 to 10, 12 years would play. But on the other side, the game is very complicated. I can say the game is kind of mid-core. So these characters were giving a totally wrong image. So this characters from Turkey and the others from the Arabic build. But on the other side, again on Asia, this is the build for Japan. Again, the characters are very cute. If you're using line, these are the line characters, so people love them. But if you show these characters to a Western person, they would never play. I mean, our target audience would never play. Also, we had to change, before launching into the West, we had to change the game content a lot. The problem was the tutorial. So this is the Korean build. Tutorial is 19 minutes. And in Korea, people always follow the tutorial. Then coming to the Japan and Southeast Asia, just some polishing, so tutorial is 16 minutes. So you trust people follow the tutorial, learn from the tutorial. But coming to the West, people do not follow the tutorial. So it makes a major change. Because, of course, it's easy to make a short tutorial. Instead of 90 minutes, you will make 6 minutes. But it's not the problem. The problem is, if you have a 6 minutes tutorial, that means you cannot give all the contents at the first stage. That's why you have to change the game. When you remove some of the contents, as you cannot share them in the tutorial, you have to remove them. But when you remove all these, some of these contents are the key contents for the retention. for the loyalty, engagement. So while removing these contents, you are losing the power of the game. You are losing the key features. But if you put all of these, then people don't understand. Again, you are losing the users. So it was a really dilemma. So our office in Istanbul, we have a pretty big team dedicated to that game, and our studio in Korea, we had long discussions. So the game launch postponed more than 6 months because the team is trying to convince the Korean developers, and Korean developers explaining why the content should not be removed based on the data. So it was a long discussion. But yes, 6 months further development, and the game became a success. So just listen to the music.
워터펌프 작동. 급이 다른 스타트. 최초의 만렙 풀템 장착 S 플러스 캐릭터 선택권 지급. 수상 도시맵 업데이트.
Okay, I just want you to listen the second music as well. So, as you can hear, there are it's two different music. So, what we know, especially when a new user comes to the game, music is the first thing they hear. So, it is your first touching point. So, localizing music, changing the music according to the users, extremely important. When you play the game or when you hear the music now, it looks very simple and it looks very easy to do. But on the other hand, reaching to that final music, also it took a couple of months. We worked with a couple of music studios in the West. We gathered lots of examples, and then we did lots of focus group tests, and then we chose this music because it is the first point people touch to the game. Of course, on the marketing side, we do a lot of celebrity marketing and influencer marketing. This is the Lineage launch. We use Conan O'Brien for in the grand launch in US.
Lineage 2 Revolution.
60 people fighting on the battlefield. It's crazy huge. I was literally blown away.
In our marketing strategy, the influencers were the phase 2. So we have worked more than 200 influencers, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. This video is from TwitchCon in US. This is the core strategy while launching a game, especially in the West, in the US market, celebrity plus influencer marketing. And we always use more culturalized, localized marketing assets. What we see, compared to the Asian characters, the local characters generate almost 2 times more revenue. And again, this is a marketing campaign from Middle East. You see, we give away a Dodge Viper in Dubai. It's pretty effective, so it increases especially the revenue from the VIP users significantly. So we do this campaign, let's say, in every quarter. And on the marketing side, in Middle East, I mean, the major platform is the influencers, the Arabic people, especially Saudi, UAE people, extremely consume YouTube. And during the launch of Lineage 2, we also made we tried a different campaign. The campaign was, this is one of the most popular character in Lineage, and we manufactured a pure gold item. It's extremely expensive, by the way. So I couldn't. I mean, I didn't like this slide personally because it doesn't give how big it is. But when I carry, it's really tough to carry. It's huge. It's totally gold plated, and there was a competition. I mean, each team 5 people. That's why the winning team would get these statues. So it was dedicated to the Arabic server because Middle Eastern people love gold. That was the idea. It worked a lot. It was a good campaign, but the winning team is not from Middle East. So everyone noticed the campaign, and people from Russia, Germany, France, all participated to the Arabic server, and the winning team, 3 of them from Europe, 2 from Russia, but we don't have any Arabic people in the winning team. And in global art strategy, we are not focusing only 1 or 2 games. We are focusing publishing of multiple games in multiple genres. So fishing strike. I explained to you mid-core, hardcore games, but we have a fishing game as well. So that's our strategy. We touch all the audience, all the users. So we try to catch the users from different genres. Well, thank you very much. If you have any questions.
Wonderful. Any questions out there? Yes, we have a question here.
Hello, Vele from SEB. When you pick partners or choose game developers whose games you want to publish in, for instance, EMEA region, what are the key factors there that you look at?
You mean the developers, right?
Yes, well, if we use the example of Nitro Games, for instance.
Well, of course, the studio should be talented. The game should be good, but the most important part for us is the partnership. So if the studio is really willing to be partner with us, if they are not just in rush to open the game, to publish the game, to enter the grand launch, it is not the Netmarble style. If really studio understands how we work, and if the studio is willing to cooperate in our way, in our philosophy, then we are willing to partner with that studio. Otherwise, even if the game looks great, we cannot. Because as mentioned, I mean, if just to change a music, it may take a couple of months in Netmarble. We can spend 6 months just to polish the game, just to make the tutorial better. This is how we publish the game. When we feel the game is perfect, then we open the game. If the studio accepts that type of partnership and workload, of course, then we would love to work with the studio.